YouTube, this is Dawn from hzscribe, and I am here today with another plan with me, and this is the week of the 13th through the 19th in September. We're still in the book of Ezekiel, and so I'm going to be reading what scriptures I wrote down that I highlighted, and again, these may not necessarily be the only ones that I felt were important, but these are just some that I felt, that I had to write more than one verse to go along with it, explaining as well. So for the 13th, I had Ezekiel 9:4. And this says, "And the Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon their foreheads of the men that sigh, and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof." And I think this is an important reason why I wrote this one, because this makes me think about Revelation. Again, the holy are marked with a mark in their forehead, and when the Antichrist comes, he's going to use the right hand or the forehead. So don't forget that's a imitation of what God has already did for the righteous. So that's why the Antichrist is going to use the hand or the forehead to make his seal. And then on the 14th, Ezekiel 12:2, "Son of man, thou dwellest in the midst of a rebellious house, which have eyes to see and see not. They have ears to hear and hear not, for they are a rebellious house." And that's 12:2. And then the 15th, "And I put a jewel on thy forehead." Again, makes me think about this one, 9:4. "And earrings in thy ears, and a beautiful crown upon thine head." And he goes on to talk about their rebelliousness, and that's 16:12. And then Ezekiel 20:34. "And I will bring you out from the people, and will gather you out of the countries wherein you were scattered, with a mighty hand, and with a stretched out arm, and with fury poured out." And then on the 17th, 24:16, "Son of man, behold, I take away from the desire of thine eyes with a stroke, yet neither shalt thou mourn nor weep, neither shall thy tears run down." And then Ezekiel 26:13, "And I will cause the noise of thy songs to cease, and the sound of their harps shall no more be heard." And then on the 19th, so today, 28:15, "Thou was perfect in thy ways from the day that thou was created till iniquity was found in thee." And of course, he's not just talking about Tyrus here when he talks about in that chapter. He's talking about Lucifer, the anointed cherub. So I am going to put this on fast forward. I'm going to decorate this a little bit to it, and then I will bring it back. Okay, so I'm done. I used these stickers. Now, I did a different approach than I normally do, but of course, you don't always find stickers that go along with the scripture, but there was a lot of vanity and pride and arrogance in here, doing these chapters and getting puffed up on your beauty. We knew that's why Lucifer fell. He was the anointed cherub, and, God talked about he put all his jewels. Sorry about that, my computer. So I thought about going with the beauty theme, since, of course, I had those stickers. So I put, "Do your thing." Of course, that's a rebellious house, to remind you when you do your own thing, you become rotten and you stink because you are rebellious. You smell in God's nostrils. And I just, a girl's got a sparkle. Does she? Really, you should shine forth the light of God. So I just put up some makeup stuff. And this one, he was talking about he was going to bring them back. So that's them walking. Even though he's going to pour out his fury on them. He's going to, gather those who've been scattered. I put the music here because he talked about the music ceasing. Talked about Ezekiel not crying, so I put the glasses there. When the anointed cherub, Lucifer, thought he was all of that because he was made out of jewels. So you see the jewelry chest, thought he was gorgeous. He thought he was all of that in the bag of chips, basically. And so over here, we just talked about him adorning them, the ones that were righteous. So it's a mixture, he will bless you with beauty, but don't get that beauty out of perspective. Don't let it puff you up and think you're greater than somebody else because you've been blessed to be attractive or blessed to have things and possessions. Don't ever let that make you think you're better than someone else. So, gotta have the right type of sparkle. So just kind of my thoughts on this one. So that's hence all of the makeup type things. So anyway, thank you for liking, watching, and subscribing, and I dare you to read your word. Take care, God bless. Bye-bye.